My first 2 drafts of this script focused on ways to make my life feel simpler. Spring feels like the natural time for this as it begins to warm and the green world begs one to spend more time frolicking outside. Especially in the wake of winter, in which I relied on rigid structures and routines to keep me motivated, spring has urged me to lean more into the being or more feminine nature of this season. However, when I was writing those first 2 drafts, I found myself stressed over how much I was complicating my attempt to make my life more simple. One thing I've gotten back into within the last 2-ish weeks is meditation. While meditating, I've developed a lot of clarity having to do with the way my brain works, and I had this big realization that there is something immense causing my life to be more chaotic than it needs to be. That realization is that I've been so focused on perfecting the process that I have forgotten to look at the bigger picture. Now, when I mean perfecting the process, I'm not referring to focusing on mindfulness, because that's a good thing, and my perfectionism is the opposite of that. I mean that I am more concerned with how I am doing something rather than the product it yields. For example, I'm so focused on doing everything perfect on a daily basis, sticking to a schedule, sticking to my routines, getting the exact amount of work done I want to, that I've created unrealistic expectations for myself that I can never live up to. Alongside this, it isn't living my life perfectly every day that will bring me fulfillment. It's living for something greater that satisfies me, a sense of joy, a sense of meaning, connection, love. So to simplify my life this spring season, I want to focus on the bigger picture. Rather than letting the process drive the product, I want the product to drive my process, to hone in on my goals I've set for myself, the broad ones that focus on cultivating this feeling of fulfillment and drive for life to lead the way. For my why to guide my daily actions rather than perfectionism. If I lead with this, I think I will find my life to be much simpler and honestly, probably more productive, because I'll have a greater sense of purpose, but manageable expectations upon myself. There are a few practical ways I've been encouraging myself to let go and live more simply, such as through meditating, or intentional media consumption, or journaling to understand my emotional patterns. However, to simplify this further, I've been much more focused on the mindset shift described in this video than the specific practical aspects to get me there. I've also found that, aligned with the energy of spring itself, the most simple thing that helps me cultivate the blissful feeling I want to cultivate is by simply spending more time outdoors. It's strange that no matter how much I do to instill purpose and meaning in my life, through goal setting and productivity systems and routines, spending time in the natural world is always the thing that draws bliss and meaning to my life. Yet I'm always surprised how I underestimate the power our natural environment has on our overall well-being. It's about connecting to what our brains and bodies are meant to be doing. This bliss found naturally and simply is the product I'm striving towards. Just creating space for meaningful experiences and enjoying the process rather than trying to control it. With all of this in mind, I am excited to see where this season takes me.